Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Elsie Addington here, who is going to give us a United update. Well, Elsie, thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Lisa. This is actually only the second time I've ever seen you in person, and it's
I
such a pleasure.
I know. We've been doing so much of the Zoom, but it's all been good. It's been great.
That was a good day. That was at the vaccination clinic when they're having the closing ceremonies.
Right, for all the volunteers.
That was a nice day, wasn't it?
It was. It was a great day. So now you had a meeting, and you'd like to, well, we're not really going to go over so much about the meeting, but we're going to go over about the voting that is happening for the upcoming elections.
Yes.
So kind of give me the rundown on that.
I would be glad to. I'm afraid I'm going to have to read most of my comments. I don't memorize things very well.
That's
so I'm sorry. But I do want to talk about voting, Lisa. Okay. By now, everyone in the village should know it's that time of year again. We're going to have elections in all the mutuals. Well, not, except for GRF, theirs come later. But we're still having elections for GRF, just later than the rest of the mutuals. And United alone has 10 candidates for 5 positions, so it should be an interesting race. Other boards are also holding elections, which I believe I just mentioned, Lisa.
Yes.
So there have already been many election-related activities that have taken place, including candidate information meetings sponsored by GRF in late June and early July, where people that were interested in running for the director positions for any of the housing or for any of the mutuals could hear some of the ins and outs of running for these voluntary positions. Since then, candidates have worked on their statements and applications, which were due to the corporate secretary by July 30th. So that's all done.
Right.
Nobody can decide to run now because it's too late.
Exactly.
It's already passed. On August the 3rd, the ballot information went to the Inspector of Elections, and the next day a general notice of candidate list and information was made. Ballot packages will be mailed to all members on August the 30th. Don't throw them away. These are important information that says ballot on it, okay? You know, Lisa, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes on, obviously. Just those things I just told you don't happen overnight, right? And all that work is coordinated by our amazing corporate secretary, Cheryl Silva, and her equally amazing assistant, Grant Schultz. All deadlines and preparation must be in accordance with United governing documents, as well as Davis Sterling and the California corporate laws. Cheryl and Grant do a great job, and because they do it right, we residents tend to take their work for granted. I know that without them, directors from all boards wouldn't know where to go or when or what to do when we get there. I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank Cheryl and Grant for all they do for the residents here, even if the residents don't know about it. So it's kind of cheating, taking this TV land opportunity, but they well deserve an acknowledgement, I believe. But back to elections. Lisa, I'm sorry to tell you that last year in 2020, only 2,866 valid ballots were counted, which means only 45% of our residents voted for the whole mutual, which has 6,323 members. As low as that number is, it more than doubled the votes for 2019, when less than 21% valid ballots were counted. Let's hope this year we can double it again and get up to 90%. A democracy is only as strong as the voters who participate.
Well, exactly, and you know what, you're not alone. I mean, it seems like all the mutuals have difficulty getting people to participate. But then again, as a whole, I just don't think people generally like to vote, or maybe they forget, or whatever the case might be. It is hard.
I don't know, and of course it's not just, it's the state of California, it's the United States as a whole. I don't know why people don't want to exercise that. Right. But like my mama always said, if you don't vote, then you have no right to complain.
Isn't that the truth? That's for sure. So now residents will, well, speaking about that, so residents will need to know what is in the ballot and how to vote. So do you have information that you could share with us on how to do that?
Well, I thought I'd wait a little, actually, I thought it's a little premature to actually talk about, make sure you put the signature on the correct envelope and make sure you don't mark up the envelope that you put inside the other envelope. But it's all those, they're really pretty simple rules, and they're laid out, and that's to protect everybody's anonymity and the freedom of an anonymous vote.
Right.
But Otherwise, I'm glad you asked about preparing for the election, because I mentioned the ballot packages are coming in the mail, and that will also tell you about the candidates with their candidate statement,
Okay.
and the instructions on how to vote. I mentioned that.
Okay.
Then the residents should mark down September the 10th. Is that a Friday? September 10th? I think it is. It's a Friday.
Oh, okay.
And I believe it's September the 10th, but we
Yes.
just had a little wrinkle yesterday about what day of the month that was. But
it is Friday. It is Friday,
Perfect.
September 10th at 1:30, and
Yeah.
that's going to be meeting the candidates who are running.
that's meet the
Okay.
candidates. Well, now this is for United. I don't know about the other boards.
No, right, for just United.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that's when we will have its annual Meet the Candidates open meeting. It's too soon to say whether the meeting will be open to the public in the community center because of the new COVID cases. But either way, the session will also be available live on Zoom,
Okay.
which residents may join from the website or by phone. The presentations by the candidates will be recorded and rebroadcast on TV6. And you know, this is a really, really, really good thing to watch, because you can see how they handle questions. You can see their approach. You just put a face on the name.
Right.
I think to meet the candidates is a really, really important part of our election process here in the village. Residents should start also looking for candidate statements in the Globe and What's Up in the Village Friday blasts. Friday blasts. And while evaluating candidates, I really hope that residents look past the hot ticket promises that cater to individual needs or wants, like, you know, a chicken in every pot and a car in every garage, or nobody can really provide that, or we're going to make it so you don't have to pay any assessments at all, or half the amount you're paying now. That's not going to happen.
Right.
But they're very popular in election periods, and so and I'm not saying that anybody that says that is bad. It's just that look beyond that. And the problems that we're facing in United, they're manageable. If the board works together as a team and looks calmly at all the angles and determines which decisions will benefit the whole mutual, that's every resident,
Right.
and not just the needs of only a few. In a recent edition of the Globe, GRF Treasurer Jim Hopkins addressed this ideal far more succinctly than I ever could. I quote, "United Mutual and all of us deserve integrity, even when we disagree with the outcome. Demanding no increase or it's VMS's fault is popular. It shifts responsibility and it gets votes. However, board members have a responsibility beyond gathering votes and playing to the crowd. Everyone is welcome to attend board meetings. However, please be armed with correct information and don't make up your mind before you even ask the question. Otherwise, the answer may never be heard or understood."
Right.
And unquote. And I just thought that was just everybody calm, listen to all the facts, look at every side, and in unity and in harmony and in peace, and you can reach a much better decision at the end of the day, I believe. I know. Actually, I know. I'm 71 years old. I know this works. Finally, I want to take this opportunity, Lisa, to share some of the reasons I have loved being a director for United Board. This has been an amazing 3 years, and I have had more good experiences than I could have predicted, not the least of which is chatting with you on TV6 and reporting on United. Also, volunteering for the Village Vaccination Clinic, working with the Landscape Alterations and Governing Docs committees, signing resale packages for community services, serving on GRF's mobility and vehicles and community activities committees, participating in the United member hearings and the GRF traffic hearings, and so many more. Like, wow, I learned so much. I've learned how to look at a Canary Island pine with a new eye. I can describe what a shear wall is. I know some of what's involved in getting a federal grant for buses. Who knew? How to test alternatives to Roundup, and the way a tub grinder works. Do you even know what a tub grinder is, Lisa?
I'm afraid to ask. I don't know. You might go into a whole long description.
I won't. It grinds up trees.
Oh, a tub grinder. Oh, we talking about one of those where they put the
yeah, but
oh.
on crack. I mean, it's It's the biggest chipper shredder you ever saw. It's
Big chipper.
Huge, yeah. Let's see, a tub grinder. I even got to take a road test in a brand new bus. That was fun. Getting to know members of the VMS staff was an eye-opener. Everyone I've worked with, from department heads to the man who makes mulch, from executives to arborists, from resale inspectors to engineers and the entire compliance team, they've always had something to teach me, not to mention always having my back. Mm-hmm. The same can be said for the many directors I've worked with. The same can be said for the many directors I've worked with from all boards who offered their wisdom and advice to the new kid on the block. Last but far from least, I got to meet many residents from all mutuals who I never would have met if it hadn't been for my job as a director. Mm-hmm. The rewards definitely compensated for all the hard work. Oh, and I forgot about writing for The Breeze. That was fun.
Oh, see, there's all sorts of things you get to do.
I got to be a published author
in The Breeze.
In
That's great.
In a community
awesome.
Magazine. Mm-hmm. So United residents, do your research, learn about the candidates, and go vote. And remember, be good, play nice, don't fight, and you might learn something. Thank you.
Oh, that's very nice. And you know what? What a great description of why you have, enjoyed being on the board. Look at all the things that you did learn that you would have never known about, which I think is always great when you volunteer for something, no matter what it might be.
It's a real blessing, yeah, because, I'm always surprised when I find out there are so many things that I don't know. I thought I knew everything, but it keeps it exciting and it keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
And plus you're helping people.
Exactly. So what's next for you?
I don't really know.
You gonna take a breather for a while?
I'm gonna take a little breather and do some of those chores around the house that I've been putting off for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I might start going to the library a little more often.
Good.
And I don't know, I might even, I might look at, I will for sure, I can't not do something for this village. I love this village and I won't give up on it. And so I'll be around.
Well, good. I mean, it's always a good thing to keep your foot in the door, because you never really know where they might need your assistance, because you have been, on the board for a while. So it does make sense.
All of a sudden, I have a lot of experience.
Well, yes, you do. I mean, anyone who's served on any board has experience, whatever it might be, even past experiences, which we've talked to many folks about that, is that some of their background jobs that they may have had or volunteers that they've done really do help lend to a board situation.
It does, and actually, I finally realized it's a little late in the game, but my background's in civil service, federal civil service, and it didn't seem like it really had a place here, but what it did was, when I was all those years of the government, I was working for the people of the United States. My bosses were Congress and the executive branch of the government, but I was really looking to protect the interests of the entire United States population. Right. So not just this person or that person or this person, but the whole country. And so really, I think that's why it's come the concept of being responsibility for, my first responsibility to the mutual as a whole came so easily, because I'm just hardwired for that concept. Since I was 23 years old, I was considering the good of the whole. So
excellent. Excellent. Well, it's always been a pleasure, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and I hope I see you sooner rather than later.
Well, I don't know, get in a club and you can come in here and talk on behalf of a club, right?
Outstanding.
There you go. Thank you so much. We appreciate the information.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And remember, if you would like to know who is running for the board for United, you can watch Meet the Candidates on September 10th right here on Village Television at 1:30. We'll be right back.